Holy Land to do, you know, a little bit of, I mean, a pilgrimage, so to speak, here in the Holy Land on the way to Sudan. And he was the one, of course, who discovered what we think of today as the Garden Tomb. Sometimes it's called Gordon's Calvary. Any of you ever heard that term? Gordon's Calvary? You know, Calvary, like, you know, covers it all. Yeah. Sometimes it's called Gordon's Calvary because he was the one who discovered this, all right? So if you ever see the term Gordon's Calvary, it just means the Garden Tomb. It's the same thing. He, interestingly enough, went on to the Sudan and was killed, lost his life there in a battle between local tribesmen and the British Army. So he never did get back to England. He actually died there in Khartoum several years later. But the British Foreign Missionary Society was formed to buy this property, and they've owned it since the turn of the century. And so they're a missionary group in England that is supported by, you know, church people like you and me as a mission board, and they recruit the guides that you see over here. You probably notice most of them are British. Not always, but most of them. And then they come over for a 6-month stint or a 1-year stint or a 2-year stint, and they guide people through here. And the one thing I love about these folks, and we've been coming here for, 40 tours. Man, when you come here, you get the gospel. I mean, the people come from all over the world, every denomination, every imaginable people group, and you get the gospel. These guys make sure they give it to you. So that's so cool. I love that about these guys. And so we'll give you a chance before we leave if you want to throw a shekel or two in to help support the work here. But it's great to have this kind of gospel witness right here in Jerusalem. And not everybody who comes here is Christian. I mean, you get Jewish people coming here, you get, you know, people who don't believe anything coming here. So it's great to know you come here, man, you hear about Jesus Christ, dying for our sins, resurrected, and, you know, ascended into heaven. It's great. Okay, so is this the real Calvary or not? Well, I don't know. Queen Helena came here to Jerusalem in 325 AD, 324, 325. She asked, where was Jesus crucified? And they showed her where the Church of the Holy Sepulchre is, built right now. She built that church. And so that is, although that's inside the city walls today, it was outside the city walls when she was here. And so that's where they said the crucifixion of Christ happened. Then Gordon comes and finds this place, and as you know, having been shown around, I mean, they present a fairly convincing case that this could have been the place. I really don't know. You know, I hear what they teach here, and I'm like, ooh, maybe this is really it. And then I go back and I say, yeah, but can we discount what Queen Helena was told, you know, 200, 300 years after the event? So I don't really know. I don't really know. All I can tell you is that if this wasn't the place, it sure gives us a real good idea of what the place must have looked like, yeah? So at least you get a visual picture. And remember, there was a stone here that rolled across the grave. It's just gone. It's just not here. But we did take you by and show you what one of those stones looked like. So at least you can see it. But as you can imagine, this one's a little bigger than the one you saw. It must have been one huge stone. So let me read to you. Let me read to you from Matthew's Gospel. And then we're going to distribute the cup and the matzah, and we're going to celebrate communion together. But don't forget, these cups are a little bit like dominoes, so be careful, because if you knock one over, a lot of them go over, and that would, you know, that would not be the best situation. Okay, so handle them carefully. While you guys want to go ahead and start handing the elements out? Okay, so just take a cup take a piece of matzah, hold it until we're done, and then we'll all pray together, and then we'll all eat, we'll all drink together. Okay? All right. So I tell you what I think we'll do. Let's go ahead and distribute the elements, and then I'll read. Okay? So